Warning. The following video is intended for viewers 13 years and older. Viewer discretion is advised. You're here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Welcome back, YouTube. It's I'm Ghost of Sparta with another fantastic action figure review of the S.H.Figuarts The Mandalorian Beskar armor from the Disney Plus show The Mandalorian. We will look at the accessories, paint apps, sculpt, and articulation. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to mash that like button so that way you can help support this channel. This is the way. Check out in the description below for all my social media sites so you can stay up to date with my channel. It will show upcoming videos and releases and other important information so that way you can have that. This is the way. Make sure to look for my other videos that are in cards in the upper right hand corner that will lead to another awesome review or deck profile or any other entertaining video for you. So let's get to those size comparisons. Mandalorian, Marvel Legends Deadpool. Mandalorian, Full Power Jiren from S.H.Figuarts. Mandalorian, NECA Predator. So now that we got those size comparisons out of the way, I want to make two little notes. You saw the Full Power Jiren. I'll leave a link in the description and also leave a little card in the upper right corner so you guys can watch that review. I just did his review not too long ago. And then I'll also leave in the description below and also another card because I reviewed the original Mandalorian that doesn't have the nice silver paint that we see here. So you guys could also watch that video on top of it. So let's take a look at the paint apps of this figure, and I've been admiring it for a little bit, and the silver that they gave it is just phenomenal. It looks great. I can't get over the amount of detail that they did. I mean, obviously it's the same sculpt, same figure. All they did was added a different plug in the back, and then they also added, you know, the silver paint for the armor pieces. And this guy comes with a lot of accessories. S.H.Figuarts did it right when it comes to accessories for this guy, and I wish they would do that for their Dragon Ball line as well, because the amount of effect pieces, maybe because they're smaller, that's the reason why they added a bunch of them. But I feel that S.H.Figuarts can do that for their Dragon Ball line as well, and I've done a bunch of Dragon Ball reviews, and you guys can check those out as well. But yeah, this figure looks great. I mean, it has a lot of detail, just like the original one that I reviewed before. You know, make sure you guys check that out after this review. And you can see all the detail, the belt, you got all the little capsules for his, you know, I'm assuming, I remember if I'm not mistaken, that these are actual, you know, canisters for his rifle that he uses to refill it, to reload it. And yeah, the helmet looks great. I love the way it looks. It looks a lot more shinier, more newer than compared to the other one. The shoulder pads, those are also articulated, just to keep that in mind. But the paint is great. The sculpt is great. It captures the character from the show very well. And nothing beats a cloth cape. Nothing. I wish it was a little bit bigger. If I'm not mistaken, I think the cape was a little bit, you know, larger, you know, for it to go over the shoulders. But I could be wrong. You guys let me know in the description if I'm wrong on that, about the cape. I haven't seen the show since season 1. Season 2 is about to come out, and once again, this is not a sponsored video from Disney Plus or S.H.Figuarts or any of that, or from the show Mandalorian. I just have a great passion for the show. It's really nice. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so you guys can get a little insight on me. But with the sculpt and the paint, looks great. I don't see any flaws, as I can tell from right now with the naked eye. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I had some special equipment, I could see some flaws, but yeah, the sculpt work is great. You could tell that it's this character. There's nothing I can complain about on that. I mean, there's just detail after detail after detail. They really took their time trying to get this figure done right. So with paint apps and sculpt work, I give this A. Solid, straight, just an A. Looks great. Looks exactly the way it's supposed to. We got a little bit of the cloth cape here that's coming off, which is, you know, his cape was tethered, so that's fine. Now, let's get to everybody's favorite part, the articulation. Head moves up, moves down, swivel, arm rotation, hinge joint, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, hinge, hinge. Diaphragm joint back, forward, side to side, waist swivel, leg kicks forward, leg kicks back, Mando spread, swivel, bend at the knee, swivel, hinge, toe hinge. So now we get into the accessory portion of this figure, and the figure comes with 12 pairs of hands. Well, it's not totally 12 pairs of hands, but it pretty much close to it. I didn't put the fisted hands in there because you guys already saw him while I was, handling the figure in the beginning. But he does come with a tracker hand when he's trying to find the child. He has this little tracker. I'm trying to get this to focus with the lighting so you can see the detail that they put into it. It has the red little light in the middle, but it's not battery operated or anything. It's not a Hot Toys, but it does have the detail of the tracker when he's looking for the child. So it did have that. He comes with a couple of open palm hands, slightly or open palm to maybe hold his rifle. He does have some handgun hands so that we can hold his pistol. He does have, and also he can hold his knife too, which they included in this one. They did include a knife as well. And then he has a trigger finger, obviously, for his right hand. So he has all the hands he needs to be able to articulate and have him be able to be posed in the way you need him to be able to handle your or show in your diorama. All right, so here are the rest of the accessories that Mandalorian comes with, the Beskar armor version, and he pretty much comes with the same thing as the original one, but there's some obviously added ones. You can tell they did offer us some effect pieces for him actually firing his rifle, which is awesome. I mean, look how many effect pieces there are for this figure, and this figure I think retailed about $80. So I don't understand. I mean, with S.H.Figuarts, they gave us a Goku Ultra Instinct. They gave us a one little Kamehameha piece. He was a $50 figure, but I mean, we would pay like $10 more, maybe $15 more for them to add like a nice blast effect with the stand and all that stuff. Well, this guy's $80 and comes with this. So I don't know. S.H.Figuarts needs to kind of figure it out so that way they can get a good balance. He comes with extra hands, extra feet. This guy comes with hands and extra stuff, and the other guy had face plates. So it just doesn't make sense why they couldn't add this much accessories to that. But enough of my griping. Let's go to look at all these accessories. So here's his rifle. Once again, you get a nice little clean version. I'm looking at the original one off camera, and yeah, this one is a lot cleaner. This part right here is silver, while the original one is black, and then you have this one as a nice lighter brown. So this one looks a lot newer. And once again, the same pieces to be able to mount it on his back. Here's the piece right here. So they give you everything you need there. You also have the holster for his pistol. That way it looks like it's unholstered, because the holster does remove itself from the figure here. You can see that it just pops off pretty easily. No big deal. Just be very careful. You don't want to break one of the pegs, but the pegs are very shallow, so that won't be too big of a deal. What I liked about it is he comes with his jetpack that he received at the end of the season. So you can just unplug this, add the little blast parts, put them on a stand, and boom, you have him flying to the moon. Not necessarily, but he's flying around. So those pieces remove. I'd be very careful with the pegs, because that's usually the first thing to break on all these all the time. And like I was showing in the beginning of the video, you could see that this just mounts in the back. There is a hole cut in his cape, so that way you can just shove that in there. Just make sure to make her breakfast in the morning. And then you just plug it in the back. Boom. You have Mando with his jetpack attached. I feel like that they put the hole in the wrong spot, because it looks kind of awkward with the way that the cape looks. But you have him with his jetpack, and it's all nice and shiny. The paint apps on the jetpack looks great. I like it. I like it a lot. So I think they messed up on the way that they put that there. So another cool accessory this guy comes with is not only his pistol, which looks really good. The detail on it looks exactly like the one from the show, and this one's actually cleaner. This one's silver with the brown handle. The original one was black and it had a silver tip, so they changed that up a little bit. You know what, let me get it out for you guys so you guys can see the difference. So let's see here, let's get this to focus so you can see the different ones. I haven't even taken this guy out yet, after I got him back from being replaced, but you could see the difference here. This one's silverish, while this one's straight black right there. You know what? Make it even better. Comparison. I didn't even know that this was going to be a comparison video. It just happened, guys. Right now, in front of your faces. So here's the comparison from the original release to the new one. The new one's on the bottom. The original one is on top. You can see the difference in color, but it's the same mold. Can't beat the mold. And then let's do the rifle. Let's do a comparison of the rifle real quick. Here's the comparison of the rifle. the same rifle, same mold, but you can see that they added some other paint details and they changed the color of the plastic from it being all black like in the original one, and then this one being a little bit more silver. I'm hoping the camera's picking that up so you can see it's the exact same rifle, just different color that they started to go with on the plastic ones. So we got that accessory out of the way. What another accessory comes with is for his gauntlets. His gauntlets are removable for his, I think it's called the singing birds or the hummingbirds. Let me know in the comments if I got that right. So this piece actually comes off, you know, just like in the show, it pops up, and then you plug this piece right here, and boom, you have the multi-missiles that come out of his gauntlet and that target each individual person, and you got a nice little effect piece of that, and it looks beautiful. Nice translucent plastic. You know, I would just be very careful if you're going to display with them, because, you know, the tabs are the first thing to always break, and, you know, people end up losing little small pieces like this. So, you know, definitely this figure is an adult collector. And then we also have the flamethrower. So we have his left arm. This pops up somewhere. You might need like a little wedging tool, or if you have a little bit of a nail, you can plop this bad boy in there, and there you go. You have him with a nice little flamethrower effect. Nice translucent red, and it looked like, this is so awesome that they paid attention to detail that much to give us these extra little bonuses for this figure. I mean, the price point for this figure and all this extra stuff that you get is worth the price. Now, the last thing is, at the end of the season, spoilers if you haven't seen it, he does get another shoulder piece. So these shoulder pieces do come off. They're not very difficult to come off, but they just unpeg from a joint, which is a ball peg, and a hinge, a ball hinge joint. And then he gets this one that has the logo of, I can't remember which logo it was that they were giving him, but oh, it was the logo of the I think it was the water buffalo or something, when the child saved him and he went back to the blacksmith. They put that as his logo because, you know, as we know, the Mandalorians are just mercenaries out there, you know, and they're also their own race. But yeah, so he does get that as well. So nice attention to detail with that, and the fact that they gave us all these accessories is phenomenal. This is a great figure for you guys to pick up. So let's go back and take a look at the last bit of the figure, and I can give you guys my finishing notes. I did forget to mention the little knife that he comes with that is sculpted beautifully. A lot of the weapons are sculpted beautifully in this one too as well, and he does have hands that are able to hold it, but he has his little shiv right here that he can hold. So it looks nice. It's painted all in silver. It does have some darker silver there, and you can see that they really went all out for the detail. I also wanted to add real quick, there's a lot of small bits that you need to worry about with the Mandalorian figure. Obviously, if you're an adult collector, you probably would keep in mind on these, but still, you still want, I'm still just throwing this out there as knowledge for you guys, because as you can see, this little piece right here, that goes on top of the rifle. If you want it to be attached to his back, you can see there's a little hole right here on the top. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus. You can see that there's a little hole right here, and that's where that plugs into for it to be holstered on his back. And then this is what covers it, and it plugs in right here, and it is keyed, so you got to figure out which direction it goes in. It's just that, you know, if you have really fat fingers like me, it might be a little difficult, but you'll figure out, because it's only two ways you can put it, either north and south, or south or north, or however you want to describe it. So that's one of the small pieces. Obviously, on the gauntlets, like I showed earlier, the gauntlet pieces that are right there in the middle, those pieces also are super small, and I would keep an eye on those as well if you're going to be, you know, changing out accessory pieces, or when you do get them, because they could fall in between your desk or something as you're changing it out, and then you're going to be super mad that you're missing a piece. So keep that in mind. And this little strap piece keeps falling off. This is also to holster the gun. That's actually where this piece right here that's toward the back end, that's where that will plug in here, so that way it can be holstered on his back and be secure. So just keep that in mind, guys. We're gonna get to the rest of the video in a bit. And look, there's a little smiley face. Like and subscribe, guys. All right, so now we're gonna go through, you know, you guys get to see some poses that I was able to put this guy in. He's very rigid. I mean, you got to think of him as a human, and he has armor on, so he's not gonna be able to pose extremely well. But like I said, I posted up a couple little things in there, you know, about the small pieces. I would be careful also with some of the joints as well, because for the wrist peg, it looks like they didn't use like a full like ball hinge. kind of idea. I mean, it is a ball hinge, but there's like a little cut in the plastic of the hinge, so I guess to help with mobility. And I would be very careful with the ball hinge on that because it could break. You could break one of the wrist hinges and then you'll be in big trouble. This figure is phenomenal, comes with a lot of great accessories. You can't go wrong for the price point. It has so many little effects that you could use, and you can, you know, be able to have them do all kinds of things and put them in diorama sets. Now the Beskar armor one I think is the best value compared to the original one. I don't think the original one came with like an extreme edition or multiple, you know, accessory edition, but this figure for me is a solid A. You know, it does have great paint, it does have great accessories, it has great sculpt, and you could get this guy to do, you know, a lot of things with it. So I hope you guys pick this guy up. I got mine at shoptoyco.com. Once again, I'm not sponsored, but I do like how they work and they're really good. You can pre-order, you can pay, you know, when it's about to ship. It's great. I have so many good things to say about Shop Toyco. I'll leave a link in the description below, so make sure to check that out. I will be reviewing the child, so stay tuned for that. That would be my next review. I would have done both of them together, but I feel that this one deserved its own video in it because of all the things it has. The child is a very small one. It'll probably be like a 8-minute video, maybe 5-minute video, something like that. So stay tuned for that video as well, guys. So please make sure to subscribe, hit that like button so you guys can show all your support. And remember, this is the way. And I'll see you guys on the next review.